Hello everybody, how we doing today? Hopefully this all works, please work. I've not tested anything today. Is it not going to pick up X-Plane? Well, hey! Good, that's worked. Let's get the Cessna on the go. Don't need... Well, no, I do need this. Do need that. Don't need those just yet. No, I will need that nav.
The engine seems ideally primed.
Engine's primed. There we go. Avionics can come online. Fuel pump can go off. This is going to be one of these strange ones where I actually need to wait for the avionics to properly come online, because I do have a flight plan lined up. Laser beam, Dennis, ho. Finton, Hayden. I've got a flight plan for today. Flight plan... is this flight plan? So I can show you guys now. Oh, I need to set a departure. What departure does it want from me? The... Every 5 Papa. Every 5 Oh, it's doing the thing. This is a thing that this Cessna does, and I'm not entirely sure why. What runway are we taking off? That might limit it. Oh, this works too. You guys, 0 food weight 500 pounds, destination of Carnival. Very nice. Come on. I just want to get down to N. Don't stop. Can I go the other way? Will this work? No. What airport is it? Weston? I'm pretty sure this isn't Weston Aerodrome. Just going on a limb here and saying this isn't Weston. Now with the Aero Club hangar in Dublin Airport. Will you let me choose the Nevri 5 Papa, please? Fine, we'll just go direct Nevri. That's off runway what? 16.
Hey guys, so today we're gonna...
No, stop that. Let's get Avatab up real quick. Just want to make sure I know where I actually am at the moment. Why is it not linked with my Navigraph? Remember my login, please. Log in. Yes, allow. Airports. Refresh. Let's try this again. There we go. Airport. Airport. Oh, so I can taxi straight out and just take off. That is fantastic. That was a YouTube video I was watching last night. Just want to see if it's going to shout at me.
Use less throttle during warm up.
Okay, so it's still warming up. Let's get that set. I want to be flying at about 7,000 today. We're only going up to Belfast, so it shouldn't be too bad. Let's take the parking brake off. Taxi lights can go on, even though they're going to be largely useless. I'll turn the fuel pump back on. Irish and Tartarus. How are we today? Take better care than the John Deere header. I'm hoping the engine warms fairly quickly here because I do want to try and get going fairly soon. I'm doing good. Tartarus, how are you? Thanks for asking. Okay, so runway 16 is off to the left here. No, it's not. It's off to the right. Avatab, tell me which direction I need to turn here. I need to turn right. Yes, the end of runway 16 is to the right. Yes, that's... Okay. It's gonna shout at me. It is not. Great. Mix full. Strobes and landing lights on. Taxi light can come off. Peter, he can stay off. I'm doing good, Irish. You took the day off studies. Not sure if that's a good thing or just plain lazy. So here we go. It feels like there's a slight crosswind going on. I've not bothered checking the weather, which I probably should have. 60 knots, and up we go. Okay, arm altitude, autopilot on, nav. Arm that, and we want positive about 1,000 feet per minute should do, just to keep the old altitude good, the speed good. Pitot heat on for takeoff. Pitot heat is on, and we've got the middle marker for some reason. The plane I'm flying the Airfoil Labs Cessna 172. Just after taking off from Dublin Airport, we're heading up to Belfast right now. It's going to be a very northerly route we take. And weather in Belfast is not too bad. I should really have looked at the weather because I need to get this, so I just kind of... Really should have got the QNH.
Whiskey, airport information, Delta 1700, Zulu, weather, wind 153 at 12, visibility 10,000, sky condition, few clouds at 1,800, 10,000, scattered, temperature 12, dew point 7, QNH 1026, advise on initial contact, you have information, Delta, Echo, in...
That's fine. I'm going to squawk VFR. And we're going to reduce our climb rate to 700 feet per minute. Just to keep the old speed up. This plane is threatening to stall right now. Just a touch. I would not be surprised if there's icing conditions around here, so I'm going to keep the pitot heat on. The aim is 7,000 feet for our cruise, but I'm not entirely sure we'll get up there. Hey, Kirk. We should, because we're 30 miles from Nevry. Nathan, hello. Bit of turbulence going on here. Turn the yoke on so you can see the autopilot dealing with that. We should be good, for the most part, to Belfast. And after that we're going to do a bit of a longer route down to Edinburgh, or over to Edinburgh, in Scotland. Do a barrel roll. No, because I'm not very good with this Cessna specifically. Pitot should stay on until shutdown. Ah! Pitot heat on permanently, that's fine, because I always fly pitot heat on. Landing light should also stay on because you're under 10,000. After these 3 airports, that'll be the next 3. Cardiff, Heathrow, or Luton, or Stansted, or Gatwick. And then something around Amsterdam. If I can find a smaller airport than Schiphol, I will land in there. Because I think it'd be kind of silly bringing the Cessna to Schiphol. What is Pitot? It's what gives you your airspeed, Giannis. It's a little tube sticking out the side of the plane that takes in air and compares it to a static line, and it gives you your airspeed. Apparently Fahy's membership renewed today. When did this happen? Fahy has been a member for 17 months. It happened yesterday. Fahy's been a member of the channel for 17 months now. That is kind of insane. When flying to Edinburgh, can I fly over Lonehead? Does that have a VOR, NDB or something? DMF? Because I can insert that into the flight plan. So we're going up to 4,000 feet now, coming into some clouds, which isn't good. In terms of where we are currently, we should be just approaching Dundalk. Oh no, we're nowhere near Dundalk yet. We're approaching, we're just west of Skerries. We've already flown over Ashburn, heading up towards Drogheda. I'm guessing Nevry is actually in Newry. No, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, take off from Dublin for 5 minutes later. Yeah, I should be up about here now already. If this is a jet, maybe. Do I use EOC? No, I use a joystick. I'm going to have to be very careful about how I lift this up because it does disable the autopilot. This is my joystick. You might notice there's a bit sticking out on this side. That is for putting that down jolted the yoke a bit. That is for my throttle quadrant. It's a HOTAS stick. Thrustmaster T-Flight HOTAS X. Let's get the mix out a bit. Fuel flow down to something manageable. Engine temperature's good, or its exhaust gas temperature's good. Oil temperature is good. Oil pressure's good. Amps are good. Vacuum's good. Fuel quantity's good. HOTAS 4? It's the HOTAS X actually. Bounty Hunter. Hello, Alexander. Coming up through 6,000, let's set standard, which is very difficult to do in a Cessna, or in this plane as it turns out. And that is 1013 on the QNH. There we go. I also want to, reduce the climb rate again to 500 feet per minute. Slightly concerned about this cloud layer I'm coming through. Should be fine. Still makes flying easier. Yeah, it's a lot better than using a single stick system. Hayden, do you reckon if I go up another 1,000 that I'll be out of this lower cloud layer? I mean, I could drop 1,000, I'd be definitely out of it, but I don't want to fly 6,000. I could. Or 5,000 even. We should be out of it at 7. Yeah, you Chad the artist. Stay below it. I'm coming up above this lower cloud layer now. And cruise at 7,000, so we won't hit this higher layer. You spamulate. Yeah, we're not going to intercept the higher layer. That's a 10,000. We should be just coming through this lower layer and just cresting the top of it at about 7. In fact, we are already. Higher clouds are at 8. That much I know. Or at 10 even. This game look like in third person? This is gonna get loud, so headphone users be wary. It even shows the nice camera that does flybys. This is what the plane looks like in third person. It's incredibly loud. How are we doing for speed and stuff? Good. When will I start my descent? A little while. Definitely better than FSX. Yes! Decidedly so. I'm gonna go 8,000. We're still in the clouds. So arm 8, please. Just gonna send at 300 feet per minute. And arm 8. The higher cloud layer is a 10, so we should be good. What's FPS like? Probably not very good because I got the graphics quite cranked. 25! But it still behaves normally at 25 FPS, and it doesn't look like it's going at 25 FPS. The waypoint, do I know? I mean, I can basically go straight down at Belfast. I mean, like, it'll probably be actually the Belfast VOR that I start my descent at. The trip to LA was amazing. Have I seen the retro livery? I have heard they're running multiple at the moment. But only on the 7.4s. How did you see? Oh, you must have just seen the livery on the 787-900. Sunny 380. The plane that is dying on the way home. Very nice. And flight sims get very low FPS. Simply because what did I bop? That was the joystick unplugged. They're doing it on the 319, they have it fixed. Hayden, confirm? Yeah, Retro 319? Hayden's now desperately looking because he wants to fly the Tolus. Confirmed? Hayden is now desperately looking up Retro BA Tolus liveries. It's all the background physics and the fact that it has to render systems and stuff, yeah. Have I seen the Aer Lingus retro livery? There's no Aer Lingus retro livery. Unless you mean the one that's on the Aer Lingus DC3. That one looks cool. $12 cruise time. Yeah, no thanks. We got an estimate of... it's not saying. I have to go onto radar here on Project Fly. By the way, if you look up RainbowDave on Project Fly, you'll find me. If you have Project Fly installed in your system, Flight Sim users. Flying Cessna Echo India Romeo Delta Golf. No, Skyhawk Echo India Romeo Delta Golf. We have one on a 319. Very nice. In fact, can I bring this over and show you? Oh, no. Come on, radar, load in. There we go. There's somebody else in a Cessna. Is that a Cessna? Please tell me that that is a Cessna. That looks like a Cessna. It's definitely GA, but it doesn't want to seem to load. Ooh, Project Fly is having a spaz. I mean, it looks like we're about halfway already. We're nearing halfway, which is good. Hey, Sylvan. Yeah, Project Fly is having a broken. See, look, we're out of the clouds now. Flying over the coastline. Dundalk is just over there. That's Dundalk right there by the looks of it. Just want to verify with... Yep, that's Dundalk in there. Other retros are speculation at this point. Oh no, X-Plane's jammed. X-Plane is running the load circle of doom. Stream's still running, but X-Plane does have the load circle of doom. Please don't crash. You take an age to start. Please don't crash. Project Fly's broken. X-Plane is close to it. X-Plane, please don't do this to me. Wait for the program to respond. Come on. This is going well. So what's happening right now is X-Plane has died. I'm gonna have to restart the flight. Ah. Okay, no Project Fly for me. X-Plane just completely crashed. So be a rescreen while I try and get this fixed. Project Fly, I'm blaming you for this. You can get nuked. Yeah, X-Plane just crashed. which is always fun. It's going to take an age to start up again, presumably. Let's bring you back onto the live scene so you can see the pain and suffering that I deal with. So we are loading. Don't crash again. Please don't crash again, X-Plane. Resume last flight? Will it just launch me into the air here? Flight sims are particularly prone to crashing, Yanis. It's a thing that you run a risk of with literally every flight sim. Is completely random and arbitrary crashes. I'm not entirely sure what's about to happen. Hey, MJ. So, I think I won't come up with a flight plan for the Edinburgh flight. I'll just fly direct. In fact, I'll probably fly direct to Aldergrove as well. Come on. Finished asynchronous loading. Now finish synchronous loading, please? Maybe? Preload complete. Ah, crap. Do I fly airliners? Yes. Commonly the Boeing 737. This is everything loading in at once, so just bear with. This is Airfoil Labs has systems to load. I should probably actually check. The maintenance display. Oil quantity needs fixing. Let's fix that. There we go. Everything else is good.
The engine seems ideally primed.
Right, we'll just set it direct. We'll just set direct to Aldergrove. Or Belfast International. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo. Direct. Echo. Golf. Alpha Alpha. One can go off.
Engine is cold. Use less throttle during warm-up.
Just get the engine warmed up by keeping her at 10 or at 1000 RPM. Don't need landing lights on. That is on. Never mind. Taxi lights can come on. PLE can come on. Uh, 7,000 is set. 026 is the QNH currently.
Engine is cold. Use less throttle during warm-up.
This is the boring, annoying part of dealing with this Cessna, is this thing does require warm-up. I'm gonna do a slow taxi out to the runway, so I don't need to deal with other traffic. Starting pushback on your side? Guarantee you I'll land before you, Hayden. Ooh. Plane is not impressed with what I'm doing.
Engine is cold. Use less throttle during warm-up.
Okay, fuel pump can go back on, strobes can go on, landing lights on, taxi lights off. And we're just gonna slam it on the runway here. So swing her out. $60 knots, and we're up. Why am I taking off from Dublin again? Because the game crashed, Laser. I could fly this VFR probably. It does help that I know Dublin Airport. It's on the north side of the city. Which means if I fly roughly north, we will be good to go. I'm going to manually fly this for a bit. How far into the flight was I? Up by Dundalk. So, probably halfway or so. This time I'll just hand fly for it. Nah, let's throw on autopilot just because it's a bit easier. Nav, arm, and sure, 699 feet per minute. Not quite 700. 699. Why did you decide 699? Out of curiosity. Why is it going at 99 feet per minute? What's with the 99? Let's turn the headphones and mute down the plane sounds. So now you can't hear the plane. Yeah, never mind. So we're about half an hour from Aldergrove. And the flight over to Edinburgh will be a bit longer than that. It'll probably be an hour. Ish. This time we're going direct. We're not using the flight plan that I did last time, so flight plan is now just zip straight up to Belfast. Meaning we'll be flying directly over probably Balbriggan and probably quite close to Lisburn and then over Belfast itself. In fact, let's set 5,000. Just for fun. Just to be different this time around, we'll set 5,000. What's the message here? Set course to 004. I believe this is the course. Yes. There we go. And we can cancel that message. Lean that out a bit. Thousand feet to go. It's going to be a fairly short cruise. Do I want to slow the ascent a bit? Yes. Slow it down to 699. String crashed on your end? That's not good. By the way, I've got, what was it, 18 and a half hours in the Cessna? 18.4 hours in this little plane. Gonna be leveling off here in a second. I'm kind of cruising along the bottom of the clouds this time. So we'll have a slightly lower oh, good lord! Hey, Hayden, the wind it's a tailwind. That is most definitely a tailwind. A 150 knots ground speed in a Cessna. Oh dear, Active Sky, why do you do this? What? We're going 105 indicated and our ground speed's 150. Oh, the wonderful derpiness that is Active Sky. I'm gonna be there in no time. 23 minutes? Because of this redonkulous tailwind? This is gonna be. There's the M1. This is gonna be great. Oh, Active Sky, why? Why do you do this? Look at our arrival time just going down and down. You can't actually see the ground speed there. 157 knots ground speed, 158. And our time until arrival is probably 25 or so minutes, a bit longer for your approach. Hey Joshua. If a Cessna a tailwind, it will do ridiculous speeds. Are you late? No, we haven't arrived at our even our first destination yet. Courtesy of a game crash. We'd probably be arriving in Belfast right now if we didn't have the game crash. We're up to 160 knots ground. I'm gonna actually have to pull back the throttle a small bit. Got more power going out than I'd like. There we go. He's a cab. Sure. There's not much to see. I mean, it's just a little Cessna 172. I'm not sure what you want to see here. Oh, the tailwind's dying down a bit. We're down to 153 knots. Hope is we're landing about half an hour. How about an Airbus A330? That's not general aviation, Josh. I'm sorry to break it to you, but an Airbus A330 is not general aviation. That is a long-haul passenger jet. Although by Hayden's standards, it is general aviation, because he is mental. We're hardly already passing. Oh good, that was only Drogheda. I thought that was Dundalk. Getting slightly concerned there. Do I have an A330? Nope. In terms of planes, what I have... 7378, 7471. Oh, I do have one. 7474 times 5. 757-7. Dornier's 328. Gulfstream G4, MD82. The Embraers. A bunch of GA stuff, including a C47/DC3. Some Piper Cubs. A glider for some reason. Oh, that's default. Some fighters. And a Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird. An ultralight, an ATR 72, and an Assault Falcon 7X. Which I'm now sure Hayden will insist that I fly the Assault Falcon on a long haul at some point. Now that he knows I've got a Dassault Falcon. How's my day? Pretty good. Just having a chill day, really. Nothing much ado today. Chat is almost silent, though. It's very frustrating to stream with a silent chat. 20 minutes away from a full speed arrival, which I'm not going to do. Started working on Toro Rosso, just gotta set the basic lines. Yeah. I can imagine that's both fun and frustrating. I actually have some stuff that I want to do tonight, including getting CSL set up for X-Squawk box so that I can do some IFR jet stuff on VATSIM. And maybe even do a couple of legs out of this on VATSIM. That would be interesting, trying to fly this IFR. Because up until this point I've only flown VFR. Well, somewhat VFR. I'm gonna bring it down to 4,000 just because the cloud layer is a bit dodgy. Throttle back down to 2400 RPM and we're good. How long till landing? We got an ETE of 18 minutes, so probably looking at about half an hour until we land. I'm going into Aldergrove, which I believe is international. I want to set up. I'll do it in this menu, this screen here. I'll set up an approach. Is there an ILS? Yes, yes, Dave. You need to get thingy. Just bear with. Direct GPS, please. Okay. So if I tune in 122025, activate comp 2 real quick. We now have a hula girl.
Echo Golf Alpha Alpha Airport information India 1750 Zulu weather wind 153 at 11 visibility 10,000 sky clear temperature 11 dew point 6 QNH 1025 advise on initial contact you have information India Echo Golf Alpha Alpha Airport information India 1750 Zulu weather wind 153 at 11 visibility 10,000 sky clear temperature 11 dew point 6 QNH 1025 advise on initial contact you have information India Echo Golf Alpha Alpha Airport information India 1750.
Alright, that's figured everything out for me just then. So what we're doing now is we are making the turn over to the Belfast VR. Should I take down flight plan and message onto this and zoom out. Zoom out. Not that far. He's bringing us off in this direction. He's going to circle us around the airport and then bring us in. What I want to do as well is, or I need to do, is Echo Golf Alpha Alpha Aldgrove approach SDB 110.9. Is that set? That is set. Fantastic. Let's just put that into the radio there. So that's the ILS tuned in. Nothing, Hayden. See, Joshua. What kind of system requirements are there to run the game? I think basic is quite low, but basically whatever you can get to run it. I don't know, what are the minimum specs for Explainer? Let me look up the Steam store real quick. Minimum specs are 64-bit OS, Windows 7, 8.1 or 10, 64-bit, 2 or more cores in an i3 57 or an AMD equivalent, 8 gigs RAM, 512 megabytes VRAM but DX11, compatible, 20 gigs storage. Disk requirements are based on how many world scenery areas are downloaded. Minimum of scenery areas 20 gigs. Additional what? The hell? Additional scenery areas can be downloaded at no charge anytime after purchase. So you're looking at 65 gigs hard drive space. I'm actually running the recommended specs as it turns out, roughly. So Belfast is going to be up ahead of us in a little bit. Yeah, there's Dundalk just behind us, but there up ahead is Newry somewhere off to the left. That's not Newry. Newry should be around there-ish. Maybe that's it there. We are now officially in British airspace. Across the border into Northern Ireland just now. And we're going to continue along. This is going to give us a better idea of when we're going to be arriving, by the way. ETE Belfast is 12 minutes. We're still descending to 4,000. We're not descending to 4,000, we're going a lot lower. I just realized we were at 3,300. I was wondering why everything seemed so clear. Some lines and I can't do much. The rest of the eyes is late. Fair enough. You're gonna get now. Laptop will definitely run it. Probably not well. I would recommend you get a flight stick as well, Irish. That is something that is strongly recommended. Don't try and fly these things with just keyboard. You can, but it's not recommended. At minimum, an Xbox controller, yeah. For sure, Bounty Hunter. Like, at bare minimum, you're gonna be wanting to get an Xbox controller for this. That said, I'd recommend everybody who's got a PC to get an Xbox controller. It's just useful as an alternative to keyboard and mouse for games that maybe you don't like the controls with. So, at the Belfast VOR, what's happening? Are we just doing a spin around here, or... Looks like it's just gonna be a loop. That's fine. And what is the intercept for ILS? 2,500. But at Belfast I want to be 4,000. Yeah, Belfast I want to be 4,000, then 2,500 by 6.9 DME. Okay, aircraft unable to receive DME, inform ATC, aircraft will be radar vector to be established at Oak, 2,500 no later than 2.5 nautical miles. Before final approach, radar range will be passed at 4 nautical miles before threshold inbound. Localizer not available without DME. Yes, DME reads 0, runway 17 threshold, proceed max 210 knots. That's fine. Transition altitude is 6,000, doesn't matter to us, we're below it. Minimums are 406 feet barrow. Hey, Steve. You have Farm Sim F1, ETS2, ATS? See, I've got 3 different controllers. I've got the Xbox controller, I've got this, and I do have a wheel that is currently sat on my desk because my room is a disaster and needs to be sorted. Can I do a loop-the-loop or anything? I mean, I could. Whoa! That was too much mix-out. Still too much. Okay, there we go. Took a bit too much out of the mix there and killed the engine by mistake. So cruising along using 5-6 gallons an hour. 107 indicated, which is ground speed of 152. 8 minutes thereabouts until intercept. What town are we flying over right now? That is probably Banbridge. is in fact Banbridge down there. But it looks like it won't be flying over Lisburn. It looks in fact as if we're off course. Which is mildly concerning. Hey Archie. Going for a hot drink? Fair enough, yes. So I'm looking for the airport now, because that's at what, 50 nautical miles? Oh, we're still quite a distance away. Yeah, it's looking like it's wanting us to do a bit of a loop around, which makes perfect sense. So there's a small airstrip down there somewhere that I'm not seeing very well. It's probably off over there somewhere. In fact, that could be it there. Glad I'm not trying to land there. Play Train Sim with all DLC. Are you going to give me the $2,000 that costs? It's taking me out words for Loughney, then bring me in. No, what it's gonna do, I can show you an avatab pretty nicely, is, oh, it does look like it's bringing me out towards Loughney, doesn't it? It shouldn't, because this should be... Oh, it will. It'll bring me out over the northern end of Loughney, because that's where the airport is. So this is where I currently am. This is where the Belfast VOR is, so the airport should be near enough in sight now. It should just be down there in this kind of area. Not quite seeing it yet due to the haze. So it's going to bring me out, around, and up at this weird angle, and then around and in. For my PC specs. Let me give you them. If Nightbot wants to work, there you go. Kind of half wondering if I want to bring it down to 2500 now and try running a shortened approach, but that's probably a terrible idea. Thought that map was a pop-up, so that's spamming the mouse. Oh, this map. Or this one. So, there's the airport that we're heading to. Which isn't at all in Belfast, but it is Belfast Aldergrove Airport. Evening, Dan. That command won't work for you, Archie. I've got that straight up disabled. International's the airport you fly out of. Is it the one by Loughney, Arnie? Formerly known as Aldergrove, or is there like another airport in Belfast? Because there's... Wait. There's Belfast City over here, which I think is now called George Best. Yeah, no, this is Belfast International we're flying into, isn't it? So we should most definitely have the airport in sight at this point. which we do not. We do, there it is. There's the field. I'm going to zoom in the range again on the... Well, there we go. Belfast International and City Airport George Best. Yeah, I thought so. I was tempted to fly into Best, but I figured it'd be kind of a bit funnier to land the Cessna at the International. So our next altitude is going to be 2,500. So altitude to hold there is the airport. I think we're going to be making a little turn here. And I'll need to look at the chart for this. Yeah, we're going to be making a slight left turn here. So once we start making the slight left turn, I'll start programming in a descent to 2,500. It's about 8 miles from your mum's house. Very nice, Ernie. But what I could do is I could do a descent now and circle to land on 17. It'd be a much more expedited approach, but I don't know if you'd actually do that. Hey Alice, welcome back. You can see all the markers for runway 25 as well. We do have a cabin service available on this flight, Hayden. It's me yonking cans at you. Also, we only have Pepsi, I'm sorry. Let's get the descent on the go. We'll go down to 500 feet per minute. 400 will do. Shouldn't need to be going down overly fast. There's the slight left turn. And I'll start pulling back the throttle for a bit of extra speed, or a bit of extra descent and a bit of speed bleed. More mix, a bit more speed bleed. So we're now flying away from the airport intentionally. I'm gonna let my flight attendants eating food and drinks at you. Seriously thinking about getting this? It is definitely, Ernie, the best way to or the best flight sim is an entry level for sure. Whether you want to go to P3D after this or DCS or something, it's entirely up to you, but definitely as an entry level sim it is superior. Message set course 345. There you go, 345 set. I am going to need to descend slightly more faster than 400 feet per minute as it turns out. So it's set up as a 700 feet per minute descent, pull out more throttle. Go full mix now. Fuel pump is on. Possibly should have gone off at some point, but it stayed on. Let's get our floodlights on a bit. For some reason it's quite dark considering it's like noonish in game. Okay, coming up to bottom of descent here. We're going to be making a very aggressive turn in a moment. Here's the very aggressive turn. Okay, we're back on altitude hold. Let's put a bit more throttle in. At this point now I could do an aggressive right and get lighting up, but don't want to just yet. Could do. Yeah, let's do this. Let's flight plan. Set it for no. Okay, flight plan. Clear that. Set it for this course intercept 17. It should be a quite aggressive. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's go direct to final intercept. And we will arm, which is not letting me do it. We'll arm our nav, which should in theory get us onto the glide slope. Especially if I arm approach now. Approach is armed, glide slope is armed. There goes the World Tour. We're just finishing up the first flight after the second attempt. Next flight is off to Edinburgh Airport. This is a very long final for a little 172. Why are you leveling off? Well, because you're intercepting the localizer. That's actually really helpful. Do I have to start again? Yep. We're just coming onto the localizer at Belfast now. We've got localizer live, localizer intercepted. 1660 Ti was launched today. What are the specs like, Yanis? Hey, David. So now we're waiting for this line to come down to be roughly along this dotted line. This is our ILS, our Instrument Landing System. Dotted line needs to come down to about here, and then we'll be starting the descent. We're now on LNAV. Glide slope is presumably alive. Is the glide slope alive? Not entirely sure just yet. Yes, but we're coming in so slowly it doesn't seem to be moving. This is going to be a comically slow descent. And it is at this point that I want to actually pull the throttle back a bit more. I want to get down to about 80 knots indicated. 1070 Vega 56 level performance, starting price to 80. That's not bad value. Okay, we're coming down onto the glide slope now. Throttle back a bit more. Okay, flaps 1. Flaps are set for landing. Don't need much more than that. We can bring the throttle back up a bit. Glide slope is now should be coming active soon. Glide slope is in fact alive. We're descending at 300-ish feet per minute. Somersault, $20 cheaper than RTX 2060, which is a bit more power. Yeah, I mean, I'm not against the 1660 GTX. It's just that it doesn't have the power that I would like, because I'd like an upgrade from the 980, and that's really kind of a side grade. Yeah, this glide slope is so shallow down to the airport that we're actually descending at 100 feet per minute. We could ride the glide slope the entire way down if we wanted to. Such as the magnificent speed of the 172. I'm gonna pull back flaps and just throw in a bit more throttle just to get glide slope at something that's sane. I'll put flaps back on at about 1,000. It's coming in now 2,200. Sending 350 feet per minute. I could in theory land this without flaps at all. So yeah, 1660 is a good starter card. It's only an upgrade if you're going from like a 700 series card, but I mean then you'd really be wanting to get an RTX anyway. 2,000 falling. Gonna take manual control at 1,000. 1,000 barrow, I should say. Because this is going to be the bit where it gets really kind of dodgy. Okay, let's start pulling throttle back again. We want to start bleeding speed off so I can get flaps back out. Check the panel, that is all set for landing. All I need now is landing flaps, which will be like flaps 10 or flaps 1, whichever way you want to phrase it, depending on whether you're an Airbus pilot or a Boeing pilot. And landing flaps set. 1,200 indicated. Doesn't to go. A moment, and we will be taking control. Descending currently at 250 feet per minute. I will be slowing it up a bit more. Okay. Thank you, weather, for changing like that. 1,000 to go. Autopilot disengaged. My aircraft. This is a bit where I'm probably not going to look at chat too much. Okay, want to bleed off a bit more speed. No, not climb. Hey, John Mark. Okay, down. And we're left of... Oh dear, do we need... Gonna slip her. We have quite the crosswind after developing there. A bit of wind shear. Well, some sort of weird wind situation. We're now below glide slope, and that's... No, we're above glide slope still, actually. That's fine. Let's bleed some more speed out. Am I gonna want to take fuel here? I'm gonna fuel this up to full once we get it down onto the ground. But I'm doing good, how are you? Okay. Idler out. Massive floaty landing. This is atrocious. And we are... minus 42. Buttery smooth. Right, fuel pump can go off. Seeing this out, and I'm gonna need Avi tab up real quick so that I can get an idea of what the airport actually looks like to figure out somewhere to park. Airport info. And it looks like you can just take it over here. We'll shut her down here.
The engine seems ideally primed.
There we go. And what I'm going to do in between flights here is something's gone wrong. Set it up like this. Customize weight balance fuel. I'll just fill the tanks. Apply the changes. And we're gonna fly direct to Edinburgh Airport. EG. This is gonna derp P. There we go. No, not egg pad. Okay, we'll go this way. No, we'll go this way. This is a thing the GPS on this does occasionally, and I'm not entirely sure what causes it. Is it just kind of glitches and it doesn't work the way that you kind of want it to? Because I'm trying to select Echo Golf Papa Hotel and it's not letting me, it's not allowing me to travel far enough in either direction to do it. Yeah, it's down to, oh, this might let me get to H. Nope. There we go, Edinburgh. Activate. And I'm just going to change something in Project Fly here. Not Project Fly, Active Sky. And our GPS. I'm gonna try to get up to 7,000 this time. But first,
Echo Golf Alpha Alpha Airport information Mike 1820 Zulu weather wind 153 at 12 visibility 10,000 sky clear temperature 11 dew point 6 QNH 1025 advise on initial contact. You have information Mike Echo Golf Alpha Alpha Airport information Mike 1820 Zulu weather wind 153 at 12.
okay, we got winds 153. Is there a runway that would be most convenient? It'll be 17. I can take off. I can do an intersection departure. It'll be fine. So let's get going. This flight's going to be 125 nautical miles. It's going to be a reasonably long one. Okay, full mix. Landing lights on, pitot heat on, strobe light on. And away we go. Zero delay. And we are airborne once again. How long will it take? Probably an hour or so. Nav, ARM 7000, 600. Yeah, it's saying an hour 25. So, probably just a bit longer than that. people of Belfast are currently very concerned by a Cessna just after buzzing the airport. The issue is, I don't know how long it's going to take for sure. It's going to take roughly an hour and a half. Plus kind of time allowed for arrival and landing. But other than that, it's going to depend very strongly on wind conditions en route. Like if we're flying into a headwind, which we shouldn't be, it should actually be a crosswind for this leg. If we're into a headwind, it'll be a lot more difficult, but it looks like we got a slight tailwind. Although it does have a cross element just looking at the turn coordinator. Going up to 2,000 feet. Just gonna increase our rate of descent here. Any bees? Plenty of bees. You just can't see them. Hula Girl can go away, because I have no idea how I... Hula Girl will not go away. How do you get rid of Hula Girl? Hula Girl, go away. I don't want you. Why is it... I am so confused. Looks like we'll get clear weather on the way, barring the winds. We are losing speed quite rapidly, so let's just reduce the rate of climb to about 700 feet per minute. We're flying to now Edinburgh. And for some reason, the aircraft systems have stopped working correctly, so I'm having to judge based on the RPM gauge. We're up to 19.3 hours on the plane. Because I quite enjoy flying this Cessna. By the end of this ridiculous idea, which I'm going to do most Fridays, I expect to have a couple of 100 hours on the Cessna. You have Scotland's second home. Very nice. Huh. Very interesting indeed, Yanis, if you're still here. Just checking the admin chat while I'm climbing. How do I get to the US? So the plan is I can Avatab. I don't want routes, I want maps. So the plan is we're gonna go Belfast to Scotland, then a longish leg down to Cardiff, then London, and then we'll start doing hops down Amsterdam, Brussels, probably Luxembourg, I'm gonna count that as a country, Paris, and then straight down to Madrid, and then Lisbon, Casablanca, and start going down through Africa. Well, I'll stop at the Canaries. So the plan is we're going to go down around Africa, probably with some zips over and back. I'm going to try and have a stop in Madagascar, up through the Middle East, around through... I'm stalling. I should have paid more attention. Just need to check on this real quick. Yeah, up through the Middle East kind of area, then back into mainland Europe. I'll do Scandinavia via Denmark, up around, and then come back down to Russia. From Moscow, I'll probably try and get over to Astana, which will probably have a fuel stop somewhere around here, and possibly also here. And then I'm going to go around India and whatnot, and there's going to be some fuel stops. We're going to get down to Australia, and we're going to try and get every state capital in Australia as well. We're going to go down via Singapore, you know, Malaysia, Singapore, and the Philippines, down to Australia, where I'm going to try and hit, you know, Perth, Brisbane, the state capitals, then out through Port... well, then we'll have to... This might need to be a jet stage, Canberra to Wellington. I'm not sure that the Cessna has the range to do this. That's why it's the mainly GA World Tour. Then we're going to head back up through... From Australia, we're going to try and hit one of the northern provinces, then up through Port Moresby, and then over towards Japan, which will need a few fuel stops on the way. From Japan, we'll hit the Koreas. Probably Beijing, which I think is... Where's Beijing? I'm not sure where Beijing is. We'll then have to do a ridiculous stop in Western Russia, which is comically... Or in Eastern Russia, which is comically on the west of the map here. Then into... Alaska, where I'm going to start trying to hit all of the American state capitals and probably Canadian provincial capitals as well. In the middle of all that, we're going to go down through Mexico, Cuba. We're going to go down through Mexico and down through South America, and then up through the Caribbean into Florida, over to Washington, and then on the way out, we're going to have to hit Goose Bay and then do a fairly long flight over to Greenland. Possibly 2 landings in Greenland just to get to Iceland. And then a probable landing in northern Scotland to get back down to Dublin. It'll be GA, so it doesn't necessarily have to be the 172. I'm just using the 172 today. Why is the plane insisting? Oh, that's why. Nav, arm. 300 feet per minute, please. Not entirely sure why the plane is being a bit weird at the moment. Possibly something to do with winds? Altitude hold. I want to pick up airspeed real quick. Hey Dan, I'm doing good. Be a long series, yeah, it'll be a long while. There's only 2 legs that I currently have planned for a jet. And they are gonna be over here from possibly San Diego. Hayden, could I do San Diego to over, or even Mexico over? Because I want one of the state capitals is Honolulu, which is out in the middle of bloody nowhere. And this, I have been informed, I could potentially do with a 737. Could I do Mexico, Honolulu, Hayden? That looks to be slightly shorter than San Francisco, Honolulu. Like Mexico City over. Is that a capital somewhere? Apia? This could be... I don't plan on hitting Antarctica, by the way. It'd be funny, but I don't think it's going to be something doable. Is it possible to have BAX? What's... Let's just hit BAX. Is that one of them? Araxa, Baxley Municipal, Bernal, Baxby, Hustwaite, which has the most ridiculous airport code I've ever seen. Baxter County, Baxter Strip, Baxterly, Huron County, Memphis, I think. Baxter County region. It's probably not one of these helipads. Was it one of those 6? I've just closed Discord, I didn't mean to do that. Huron County Memorial Airport, 20 minutes from there. Very nice. Here we go, now we're on altitude arm. How much this game cost? Currently it's €64.99 down. But it goes down significantly on a Steam sale. Hello, MJ. How was the driving lesson? So our ETE is currently about 45 minutes. Be slightly longer than that. It's almost, of that I'm almost sure. Currently it's looking like about 45 minutes time will be descending into Edinburgh. And of course this is weather dependent. This estimated time of encounter here, weather dependent. So there's no guarantee that it will actually be in 42 minutes we'll be landing. Hello Zoltan, small planes like Cessna's flying around all the time, there's often small commuter jets landing there too, so it's probably a if it's got Cessnas all the time, it's probably got an FBO for props, maybe not jets. So we're only 20 minutes into the flight, we're already over the Irish Sea. This is going pretty well so far. 150 knots ground speed. Mainly because we're actually going at 2500 RPM currently, which is not good. There we go, that's 2400-ish. I'm doing good, how are you? Still going 150 knots indicated. Am I 100% sure this is now going 2400 RPM? There's 2000... No, I'm still going 2500. This would be the issue. There's 2400-ish. Okay, 2400 is going to require that I full throttle a bit. Good to hear, Zoltan. Good to hear. How many of you guys actually have X-Plane or FSX or any flight sim? Insert flight sim name here. Turn off fuel pump, don't need it. I'm kind of curious. Because I know that a lot of people who watch flight sim streams usually have flight sims. I'm kind of curious how many of the people currently watching have one. And those of you that do, what do you usually fly? Because this is just one of my stupid ideas that I keep coming up with. You have FSX, you need an adapter for your joystick to play, when I get X-Plane, FSX. Yeah, I mean, if you're on FSX, I thoroughly recommend X-Plane. I can't be playing this game and not. You don't have the simulator, but you like it. Zero degrees outside. All your flight sims are old, wouldn't work on a modern computer like you said before. Is the biggest flight sim you ever played with Sierra Pro? Used to fly out of your local airport, very nice. Yeah, 6, I mean, you could very easily and quickly get yourself GTA 5 isn't a flight sim. You could very easily get X-Plane and do the same thing. It comes with a Cessna 170. It comes with a bunch of GA stuff, and there's some really high quality freeware out there as well if you don't want to spend a penny beyond getting this in itself. You can fly planes, yes, but it's not a flight sim. It's like saying GTA is a driving simulator. Or The Sims is a real-life simulator. How long have I been doing flight sims? On and off? 4 or 5 years now? Mainly off. Gonna subscribe? Thank you very much, Zoltan. Or Zoltan. Flight sims are a Friday only thing on the channel though. Just because my main game is Farm Sim. And this is just a stream that I can do to chill. Kind of tempted to do... I'm gonna be honest, kind of tempted to do this Mondays as well. Think about it, that's all you're checking about the airport. Cessna be perfect for a small twin-engine jet, that's the main air traffic. Well, this Cessna's Payware 6, this specific one that I'm flying, is the Airfoil Labs 172. But there is a default 172. Playing Ace Combat. That is, from what I've been hearing, I've never played Ace Combat, but that I've heard is quite good as a sim-ish experience. I said very well, it's a Hungarian name. I try. I do my best to try and pronounce names correctly. I might get them horrifically wrong quite a lot, but I try my best. It's a lot easier with the Irish names. The Irish love me because I can actually pronounce the Irish names for once. People like Shorsha come in or Cuivine, or any of the guys with particularly Irish names. They're just like, hey, you're the first person who will actually pronounce my name right on YouTube. Oh no, our speed is dipping. We're at 145 in our ground speed now. 30, yeah, we're coming into a small bit more of a neutral / headwind situation now, unfortunately. Let's just go into active sky, check what the weather is like around us here. (195.47). Headwind 28-29. Or minus 28, okay. So 28 not tailwind. 36 minutes till active sky reckons I'm at top of descent. Expected arrival in Edinburgh is in about 41 minutes 17 seconds. Winds expected 160 at 6, temperature 13, dew point 6, Cav OK. Yeah, Cav OK 1029er. What time is it here? Whereabouts am I now? Over the Irish Sea, heading in towards... I think I'm actually going to be flying over Stranraerish. Now Stranraer's in here. So we're heading towards... what's the nearest settlement to us currently? Girvan? There's Ballantrae. If you're curious, by the way, the last time I went to the UK by boat, went out of Belfast, went into Cairnryan, which is just here. It's a really tiny little village. But Stena built a big, huge thing there. We're going to be coming in south of Ayr, Kilmarnock, flying south of Glasgow, near enough to Livingston, and then into Edinburgh, depending on which route I need to take for arrival. Can I see Ailsa Crag to my left? There it is. That's what that is. That's Ailsa Crag. (340 feet). Yep, that is Ailsa Crag. Just visible in the sea there in front of the pillar. With an elevation of 340 feet. It's bringing me in over Gorbridge Museum, Gorbridge, Musselburgh and Portobello. Is that where the mushrooms are from? Is that where Portobello mushrooms are invented? Where am I going? I am going to Edinburgh. This is the final planned flight of the day, and I was tempted to go to Cardiff as well if there was time, but there's not really time. I want to set some other stuff up in X-Plane after this, which is going to involve a lot of downloading, a lot of weird stuff going on, and it's just going to be a bit annoying. All of the world's curling stones come from Ailsa Crag. So it's getting gradually smaller then, Finton. Is that what you're saying? Hang on a second. Are you saying Ailsa Crag is 100% granite? Or is it marble they're made out of? It's either or, granite or marble. Yep, I did not know this. I have been educated. There's a cloud. So Some other flight sims used to play 16 multi-role fighter, MiG-29 Fulcrum, F-22 Raptor, F-22 Lightning 3, used to play multiplayer with those. Very nice, 6. There was actually on the X-Plane store a MiG-29 released recently, wasn't there? For X-Plane 11. I just want to double check that I'm right. But I don't know if it was released recently, but I know I've been seeing it a lot because I keep checking the specials page. Is this the store? No, that's Spaceflight now. Yeah, it's a MiG-29 Fulcrum, currently $19.95 for X-Plane, I presume 11. Yeah, X-Plane 11. 10's no longer supported. Hayden! Landy's live. Doesn't bother me, farming boy. Landy knows the deal when I'm in a game that's not farm sim. You guys can go over there if you want farm sim, but not for me today. Not at all, because I've actually got tomorrow's farm sim video already recorded, so I don't need to open farm sim at all today. I might though just try and acclimatise myself with that GPS mod thingy. But my plan for the evening is X-Plane. Cool to fly, MiG-29 is a great looking aircraft, all sims by Nova Logic way back when. Fair enough, 6. No, farming boy, don't apologise. It's literally a case of I genuinely don't care today. Landy knows that when I'm doing a non-farm sim game that he can start streaming whenever the hell he likes. I can finish streaming whenever the hell I like, because there's no real overlap. If you want to watch farm sim, you can go to him. If you don't want to watch farm sim, if you want to see a plane, you can stay here. Do I play ETS2? I do, but I don't do multiplayer. Ever. ETS2 MP is a joke. I cannot stand it. I don't find it enjoyable at all. Let's also some dynamic views here. Only good servers Europe 2. I still don't find it enjoyable. Europe 1 even. I still wouldn't find it enjoyable. I just don't like the way the people drive on it. Washington DLC was just announced. Surprising nobody, effectively. Did they just... I don't think so. Damn, if you can pick me or Andy, it doesn't bother me one bit. Is there a runway nearby? Yes, but it's quite a bit inland. Again, I read what you said, DMF. I said you don't have to if you don't want to. Like, don't feel like you have to for whatever reason. You can go to Landy and I won't be offended. You've always been interested in aviation of any sort. Same. I changed from farm sim. Exactly. This is a game that I just like playing to chill. And like I might do some legs in slightly not quite GA planes, but the majority of these legs I want to do in propeller planes at the very least, even if it's a turboprop or you know, a DC... Does a DC-3 count as GA? Is a DC-3 general aviation? Because I have a DC-3, and I kind of want to fly it in Buffalo colours in northern Canada around Yellowknife area. But I'm kind of... What days do I stream? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. At the moment, Mondays are my day off, where I just try and get stuff done around the house. DC-3 counts. Trust you to shout that, Hayden. Yeah. Because, like, I'm kind of hoping to include Yellowknife as a stop. You fly bush planes in this game. Yeah, but if you don't fly bush planes, I'd say wait until Dead Stick comes out. Eventually. Early access has apparently been moved to Q2 of this year. At some point. That's going to be a bush pilot game, and that's something that myself and Landy are keeping a very close eye on. Because it seems like it's kind of a job-based kind of gameplay, which is cool. BMI, Flybe... What? Damn, if they're two different airlines. BMI and Flybe are two completely different airlines. Which one has been... I know Flybe was rescued. Should fly a Super Cub in Alaska. The problem... Well, there's two problems there. Number one, I don't own a Super Cub. Number two, the Piper Cub that I do have maxes out at about 70 knots. And can fly probably about 100 miles at most. You know, it can fly for, well, it can fly for a few hours, but not very quickly. So you end up not getting very far. So I wouldn't fly a Cub. The 172 is really kind of at the lower end of what I'm willing to fly. Because I can at least get a decent cruise speed of, you know, currently 140 knots ground. How much in trouble last week? That was Fly BMI. So the old British Midland. Quest Kodiak. That I'd fly, because that's a turboprop, isn't it? Oh, Hayden, do you remember that redonkulous Russian jet that I sent you? The one that was a crop duster. That thing cruised at 50 knots. I don't know how they managed it, but they got a jet to cruise at 50 knots. And stall at like 20. Turboprop and it has floats. do you want to know the reason why they... Dyke BMW? Yes. Do you want to know the reason why they got a jet to cruise at like 50 or 80 knots? And stall at like 20? Because they wanted a crop duster. And they wanted to replace the... was it the IL-2 they wanted to replace? I think it was the IL-2. Which is what most people were using as crop dusters at the time. And Soviet Russia being Soviet Russia, they decided, jet is way forward with how we do things here. We build crop dusting jet. Which was an idea. Because they thought jet engines were the only ones that'll be used in the future, so they wanted to future-proof their crop dusters. And they built a few hundred. Plan was for 30,000. They built a few hundred. And of the ones that did fly, they weren't very robust because they were jets. And of the ones that weren't very robust and were actually on farms actually crop dusting, as it turned out, the farmers weren't really good at maintaining jet engines, believe it or not. So most of the ones that did fly were grounded more often than they were in the air. And when they were in the air, they were ridiculously unreliable and horrifically fuel hungry because they were jets trying to fly slowly. So there was, I think, 300 made, and I think 5 still in existence because most just ended up rusting away to nothing. And it's widely regarded as the ugliest plane ever made. Because it looked truly ridiculous. In fact, can I get a picture to up on screen? What's the plane called? I can't remember right now. Ugliest plane ever made. Ever built. Images, please. Where is it? Ah! Is this it? Yes. Save image as... No, can I not get the... Can I save the image as like an actual image file, please? There we go. Pictures... I'll just save it as 0.jpg. And create an image source, call it 0. And pictures, wrong pictures, pictures. There we go. The PZL M15 Belfagor. What could well be the ugliest production jet ever made. It was the AN2 they wanted to replace. Here we go. The stall speed was 67 miles an hour. Top speed was 124 miles an hour, which is about the same as the Cessna. And the range was 250 miles. This is a plane that was actually built. Somebody decided that was a good idea. An actual human decided that was... Somebody with eyes decided this was a good idea to build. Somebody with eyes designed this. Oh dear. No, I don't want to lock that in place. Get rid of it. Delete, remove. I do not want that eyesore anywhere near my streams anymore. We're apparently only 20 minutes away from the airport, which... No, that's a wind farm, Dave. Functionality over style. That had neither. This is the comedy of it. So this is apparently what 20 minutes in a Cessna looks like. So I'm gonna want to listen in to ATIS.
Echo, Golf, Papa, Hotel, Airport Information, Papa 1850, Zulu, Weather, Wind 162 at 6, Visibility 10,000, Sky Clear, Temperature 13, Dew Point 6, QNH 1029, Advise on initial contact, you have information, Papa, Echo, Golf, Papa, Hotel, Airport Information, Papa 1850, Zulu, weather, wind 162 at 6, visibility 10,000, sky clear, temperature 13, dew point 6, QNH 1029,
So it'll
advise
be
on
a-
initial contact, you have information, Papa Echo, Golf, Papa Hotel,
24.
airport information, Papa 1850,
Edinburgh.
Zulu, weather, wind 162 at
And
6,
activate.
visibility 10,000, sky clear, temperature 13, dew point 6, QNH 1029, advise on initial contact, you have information, Papa Echo, Golf, Papa Hotel, airport information.
Okay, so we're coming in IS runway 24. This doesn't look right. It's still not right, but it'll do. So there's 108.9 needed in the box. There we go. And our initial is going to be 3,000 by 9 DME. Still 47 miles out, so it's fine. We'll just set 3,000. We'll prepare at least. We're flying over the Pentland Hills soon. Is that them up ahead? Holy crap! Look at the size of that wind farm! That's insane! That is insane amounts of wind farm. You can see them by train as well. Is that the train line then? Oh, that's a road. That is stupid. I still don't know why Dancing Hula Girl is there. I have no idea how to get rid of her either. Go away. Nobody wants you here. So 4262, okay. Yeah, so about 25-30 minutes away from landing here. Roughly, give or take. I'm going to 5 minutes out. I could do. If I want to go 500 feet per minute, that's times 4. 4 minutes would bring me down 2,000. Wait, what? I need to go down 3,000 or 4,000 feet. At 8 minutes out, I'm going to start descending. Thereabouts, so probably 10 minutes out, I'll start descending down to 3,000 at 500 feet per minute. Because CI-24... CI-24 should be... bring me in on the ILS. So I'm going to be down at 3000 by CI-24, or CI-24. There's another huge wind farm! What is with the wind farms? Scotland, calm down. If you build too many more, you'll just start sailing. Well, maybe you're trying to sail away from the UK. Scotland using the power of wind to power their exit from the UK. There's another one up there. That hill looks quite concerning, actually. 15 minutes out. I could start descending it. I could descend at 400 feet per minute for 10 minutes. I think 500 for 8 is better, though. $300 for 12. No, we'll go 500 for 8. Wind turbines popped up like weeds there, you don't like them at all. I enjoy the fact that people are tuning out just as I'm coming into Edinburgh, and therefore about to try and land this damn thing. So hard is feeling of greenhouse gas emissions, we don't have that many wind farms. We do off the west coast. Out in the Atlantic there's tons. Zoltan, I don't do song requests. Most songs that people request are copyrighted and that can do harm to the channel. There's... is that Edinburgh? I think that's Edinburgh up ahead. A lot of people complain about the noise when they're built. Yeah. But I mean, it's better than burning coal everywhere. The one that always makes me laugh, though, people complaining about noise, I should mean, is when people like move in near an airport and then complain about the noise of the planes, or move in near a motor racing track and complain about the noise of the cars. You bought a house near an airport or a motor racing track or a very noisy thing. You have absolutely no right to complain. You knew what you were getting into, you knew what to expect, you still bought the house, and now you're trying to have your cake and eat it too. It's like these people around Heathrow that are complaining. It's like, you bought a house under a flight path to a major international airport. Did you seriously expect to not hear jet engines? people complaining around Dublin Airport too for the same reason. Like, it's an international airport. It has jets. You're complaining about hearing airport noises when you bought a house next to an airport. The logic there is astounding. Right, we're going to start descent about now. We'll arm 3000, not 2000, 3000. I'd love to live near a major airport. The noise would probably be annoying, sure, but it'd be cool. But it's the people that run these campaigns for like noise pollution and whatnot. It's like, come on, the airport has been there longer than you've been alive. Surely you knew when you bought the house or you moved in or you decided to live there that you would have to deal with the sound of the airport. Map, please. Okay, we're coming in from a very strange angle. So we're coming in from over here. The airport is there, which means should be visible over here somewhere. Should be nearly directly ahead of us. I'm not at the present time seeing it. Do I play this game with a yoke? No, I play it with just a flight stick, John. I'd love to get a yoke, but I can't justify, number one, the expense, number two, the space. I live near some mountain sticks, and every so often I'll hear search and rescue heading out, or living near some army bases here, some Irish army bases. Like, I'll hear them doing training flights and stuff. What happened? The screen's gone black. That is on your end, John. It's still fine in OBS, still fine on the stream. Can I see Lonehead on the map? Let's have a look at the map itself. Fault House was Calder. I'm not seeing a Lonehead. I'm not seeing a Lonehead at all on the map. If I zoom a bit more, coming over West Calder towards Kirknewton. There's the airport, so it's right next to the river. Seemingly. Yeah, so the airport's gonna be over there. There it is. I'm not seeing Lonehead. Back, what you miss? Not a whole lot. We're now on descent towards ILS. Or descent to approach, I should say. Air Force Base somewhere south of you, like to use your area yourself to fly up to every so often. 810s, like low passes, very cool. The Burt cannons. Let's get a bit more fuel into the engine. A bit fewer revs. So quite clearly that's the runway we're landing on, and we're going to be going in this direction, flying towards where we are now, comically enough. There's a stadium of some description. Or a prison, one of the two. I'm presuming it's a stadium. Rush fighter jets at night, do their practice dogfights before they drop flares. Pretty cool to watch. Awesome. So let's just have a quick look at Don't Crash. Explain has crashed. If Explain's crashed, I'm just ending the stream. Explain has not crashed, it's inexplicably reloaded everything at once. Which means that the plane is... I have no idea what's currently happening. It's... the plane's not running.
The engine needs a little more pride.
Why did you do this?
The engine seems ideally primed.
Why did this happen? How did this happen? I mean, I'm glad that we had space to spare, but that shouldn't have happened. Ghost in the machine, apparently. There's the autopilot coming online. Okay. GPS nav, please. Arm 3000. And descend 500. That was spooky. Which one of these is runway 24 out of curiosity? I should be able to see this one from the air, or not, because reasons? If that's 1-2, that has to be 3-0, so that's runway 24 there, yeah. Yeah, so that is the runway we'll be landing on the opposite direction in a few minutes. That was spooky. That was decidedly not good. I could try and drop it out of the sky onto 2-4 right now. I reckon if I went full flaps I could get onto 2-4. Also, hang on a second. Why is there... Why is there an elevated railway line just before the runway? Seven miles north of Lonehead. I'm not going to take a 7-mile diversion south, though. So Lonehead is down here somewhere? It's not actually appearing on my map at all. There's Bonnie Rig. Oh, there's Lonehead. Yeah, I might actually need to pass over Lonehead on the Cardiff leg, depending on which way the wind's blowing that day. So let's see what the flight plan actually wants to do, and I will agree or disagree at will. I mean, apart from the giant swoop, I'm kind of okay with this. I'm not so sure what this swoop is about. Let's get the throttle down. We don't need to be going full throttle at all here. We just need to be cruising it in to 3,000. Our squawk has changed to 1234. Let's change it back. Whatever I do, look in the admin channel. I can't even see that. Nice.
Call the ball. ILS 108.10. Heading 082. You're high.
Okay, that's something I've never heard before.
You're high.
Yes, I know I'm high. Why is
You're high.
Why is this suddenly shouting at me that I'm high?
You're high.
Shut up.
You're high.
Shush.
You're high.
I'm not on the ILS yet.
You're high. You're high. You're high.
Why is it doing this?
You're high.
Help. Oh, that's the problem. that would be what I was saying. I am a bit high for landing or approach. I was flying at 50 knots. Whoops.
Hello, Dave. Is that Dave? Dave there.
Vortex, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the RainbowDave Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. Do I play FS19 or Farm Sim 19? Both, depending on my mood. Okay, so you should be swinging around now, and I will be able to turn on... I should be able to turn this on once we hit 90 degrees in this turn. Should be able to go localizer soon, if not now already. I'm gonna hold localizer for now. Bring it down to about 70 knots. Zoltan, that only happens. That notification only pings if your subscriptions are set to public. Yours might be set to private. Okay, arm localizer. Comically, we're below glide slope currently. And I'm going to want to engage approach. How do you set it to public? It's in your settings. I can't remember exactly where though. $60 knots is a bit slow to be approaching, isn't it? This plane isn't happy with what I'm trying to do right now. Approach 60, land 50, 55. So 60 is fine, okay. Let's get speed back down to 60. I've been approaching 80 and still getting butter. Coast the plane in. Yeah, but 60 this far out seems a bit slow to me. Okay, localizers being intercepted. This is the boring part of landing where I'm just flying slowly. This is very much the boring part of landing a plane. Mix is full, fuel pumps on, pitot on. Fully configured for landing. Localizer live and being intercepted. Glide slope is claiming we are way high. Way low even. See you, Fenton. No, glide slope saying hi. Surely. Save from the stall. This is decidedly too slow to be approaching. I don't know why the plane wants to climb. That's why the plane wants to climb. We don't have autopilot engaged. Or we do, but it's not on approach. Still wants to climb. Stop climbing, please. I want to be descending, not climbing. Why do you have me in a 500 feet per minute climb? Okay, I'll just fire off the throttle and climb, I guess. Why are you doing this? Is intercept the ILS at 3000? Okay, we'll climb you up to 4000. What even is this ILS doing? It's now lost the glide slope. Is that what the problem actually is? Is that there's no glide slope? I'm gonna do something incredibly stupid and descend at 2000 feet per minute in a Cessna. I want to re-intercept the glide slope. Do you know what? Screw it. Bring it in manual. We are still way high. I'm idling it in as well. Off localizer. Glide slope seems to be alive again. Best thing I can do though is just... I mean, I could go full flaps. How was it? How much is Explain 11? €65, I think. Currently. Assuming there hasn't been a Steam sale started recently. Okay, we're slowly coming back on localizer. $60 US. Hey, you ain't gonna be able to afford that vortex. I don't know why the plane did that. Okay, coming back on loc. Still way high on slope. Descending at 1500 feet per minute still, so we will get on slope eventually. We're coming on slope now. So I'll start arresting the descent. Flaps on. That'll bleed off more speed, give us a bit of lift. Okay, now start bringing the throttle back in. $60 knots. Still a bit low, but that's still a bit high, but that's fine. Okay. Sorry if I'm going quiet. This is a bit of the... We've got a bit of a crosswind going on here, so I'm trying to not crash. I'm now a bit too low, which is actually a good thing. I'm stalling. More throttle. Full flaps, 60 knots. I don't need full flaps. I'm not short fielding this runway. There's absolutely no need for me to short field this runway. I'm not short fielding this, Hayden. As funny as it would be. What loon decided to put a bloody railway track elevated just beyond runway threshold? Also, is that supposed to be a road with the giant notch out of it? Take it I'm done after this? Yes. I'll start working on the CSLs and stuff. Okay, bit of aerodynamic braking using the rudder. There we go. That wasn't a very nice landing. It was a landing. It was serviceable. It was a landing that didn't break the plane, and that's all I really care about. So let's get this order parking shut down and yeah, it was a bad landing. For a plane of this size at least. I don't take song requests, Vortex. Plus we're finishing up the stream right now. Where's the taxiway? Am I missing something here? Taxiway Bravo is apparently just coming up here. There we go. I'm gonna stop up on the north apron, I think. Have to use the rapid exit taxiway. Laser beam, that was literally the first taxiway I managed to actually make it to. See you, Ernie. Yeah, by the way, that's why the landing was so dodgy. It was almost perfect crosswind. A piece of exclamation mark specs, Vortex. Or a mod. I can't remember if I enabled it for everybody. Evening NI, you've just missed the flights. We're just after landing in Edinburgh now, and I'll taxi over to I'm gonna stop up at the North Apron. I might go on Twitch later on, NI, for a couple more flights. Possibly IFR. Possibly in a different plane entirely. possibly on VATSIM, which is going to be something that I want to set up after the stream, is I need to download the Bluebell CSL files and get that all set up. You must find my Twitch! Exclamation mark Twitch, Aiden! Bear in mind that on my Twitch there are no rules. I removed my usual rules on Twitch. Actually, we're gonna go to the East Apron. I have decided this. The standard one-wheel Cessna turn. Also, I know that the game is saying this is a runway, but my my chart is saying this is no longer a runway, this is just a taxiway now. It is an X runway. So, I will not be using this runway for any reason. Do I want to stop at the North Apron, or is East Apron better? Probably should have stopped in Southeast, but a bit late for that now. Yeah, we're gonna stop at the cargo apron apparently, because that's where the FedExes are stopped. Dirt Rally 2's on preload. I don't have it. I don't have much interest in Dirt Rally 2, oddly enough. It's my FPS 20. I will reduce a couple of settings to get it a bit higher for VATSIM reasons. We will stop up right about here. The engine.
The engine seems ideally primed.
Batteries. Turn everything but the nav light off. Avionics can go off at this point as well. That's up, that's all good. And that is leg 2, frustratingly, of the GA World Tour done. I need to install and get working some CSLs for VATSIM, because I do want to start using VATSIM. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's stream. The next leg is probably going to be next Friday, maybe Monday, depending on what's going on around here and with me. Maybe Monday, and it'll be down to Cardiff, and then over to London is going to be the next set of legs. Then London to Amsterdam, and I'll figure it out from there. But until then, stay safe, and goodbye.